MagicInspiration.com.
There's a curious thing that happens in movies now. It didn't used to happen. We used to be able to accept that an action movie could be dumb. We used to be able to accept Commando, Cobra, Rambo 2, that they could be dumb movies and yet entertaining. And for some reason, the action movie, which lends itself to being dumb, I might add, much like the slasher movie. The slasher movie lends itself to being dumb. Not that there can't be a smart action movie or smart slasher movie. But it's okay for those to not be, Shakespeare. It's okay for them to not be brilliant. They just have to be entertaining. We still look back on movies like Commando and we say, that's a fun movie. And yet when it comes to Angel Has Fallen or its two predecessors, we can't do that. We can't just say, that was a fun movie, but dumb. I'm not going to pretend that the Has Fallen trilogy is art. It's not. It's a B grade, C grade, really, action franchise. Sort of an inexplicable action franchise. The first movie, Olympus Has Fallen, came out at the same time as another White House Under Siege Die Hard ripoff movie called White House Down, which I've never seen. I remember seeing the trailers for the two, and Olympus Has Fallen was the one that I got excited about because it looked like the type of movie that I hadn't seen in a long time, which was the Die Hard ripoff. Speed is Die Hard on a bus. Under Siege is Die Hard on a boat. Air Force One, Die Hard on a plane. Olympus Has Fallen was Die Hard in the White House. And I enjoy that movie. I think it's, people say about it, it's problematic. The character of Mike Banning, played by Gerard Butler, he does torture people, and he does horrible things in order to achieve his mission, which is really no different than older action movies. It's the political context of today that is put on top of it, where we look at it and we're looking at it as a modern thing. Somehow, it happening under the Reagan administration was okay, and happening under, after post 9/11, post, Guantanamo Bay and all this stuff. It's not fun anymore. Well, if it's not fun now, why is it that we could still look back on the older movies and think they're okay? That's where you lose me. Now, like you said, I liked Olympus Has Fallen. I watched London Has Fallen once, and I honestly don't remember a whole lot about it. I remember thinking it was kind of weak. Angel Has Fallen, was fun. I actually really enjoyed watching this movie. I was surprised at how much I was getting into it. And it's funny because it's a ripoff of Taken 3, the lesser of the Taken movies, which in itself is a complete ripoff of The Fugitive. And yet it works. Where Taken 3 fails, Angel Has Fallen succeeds. Now, the original concept for this movie was it would be set on Air Force One. Hence the name Angel, which is the code name, I guess, for, just like Olympus is the code name for the White House, Angel is the code name for Air Force One. I guess they just decided it was too close to the Harrison Ford movie, and they decided not to go with that. And instead, Angel of the title is Banning himself, the Secret Service agent who is most trusted by the president, this time played by Morgan Freeman. And he's set up to make it look like he attempted to assassinate the president. He's arrested. He breaks out in order to prove his innocence. We've seen it before, and I was happy to see it again. It was, again, is this The Fugitive? No, it is not The Fugitive. The Fugitive is miles better than this movie. But for if Olympus Has Fallen was Die Hard in the White House, this is The Fugitive with an actual sort of expert in combat. Whereas Harrison Ford was a doctor who was sort of he was smart. That was his thing. He wasn't a brawler. He wasn't an expert with guns or anything. He was just a very smart man. This guy can kick ass. Is the movie dumb? The movie's dumb. Yes, it's dumb. There, I said it. The movie is not brilliant. In fact, it is fairly disposable. And I'm okay with that. We elevate older action movies to a level that they never aspired to in the beginning. Commando is a movie that we remember fondly for Schwarzenegger. You take him out of it. You put in even Dolph Lundgren, or one of the more BC action guys of the day. It's a forgotten movie. Because it's not... Make it the exact same movie. Take Schwarzenegger out, put in Dolph Lundgren, forgotten movie. Cobra, take out Stallone, forgotten movie. Gerard Butler is not the most charismatic guy in the world. His career has taken a strange path. You know, he went from doing like 300 to like a bunch of romantic comedies. It was weird. But then I feel like he did hit the sweet spot for him in Olympus Has Fallen. The guy is not Bruce Willis, or Harrison Ford, but he has enough charisma to carry this franchise. In the end, the movie succeeds in what it is trying to do, which is simply to entertain you. Now, where I take exception with the critics is that this movie is xenophobic, and it's meant to be sort of a alt-right, right-wing brainwashing tool, that it's a propaganda movie. You mean like how those movies back in the 80s were basically Reagan-era propaganda movies? That's what they were. And if you can recognize what something is, you can still enjoy it. And I don't even really think, as far as the movie being xenophobic, the villains in Angel Has Fallen are American. In fact, there's a scene in the movie with two rednecks who try to capture Banning. And they're the most stereotypical MAGA, Trump-supporting, Second Amendment jackasses that you will ever see in a movie. And he humiliates them. He absolutely humiliates them. This is a movie where if it was meant to appeal to Trump supporters, it's got a few things in it that I think are, everybody points to, like, there's a part in it, and it's a throwaway bit, where somebody says that there's a bit about Russia hacking something, but it turns out to be fake news. If I had not heard that criticism before seeing the movie, I wouldn't have even noticed it. I wouldn't have even picked up on it. This is much like the Expendables movies. It is junk action at its finest. It's not meant to challenge you. It's not meant to make you think. This is a movie you turn your brain off and you go with it. You just enjoy it. If you want a smarter action movie, go watch The Fugitive. The Fugitive is a 5-star classic. Angel Has Fallen is a 3-star. If you're bored on a Sunday afternoon and it's raining or snowing outside, this movie will get you through that. That's all it is, and that's all it has to be. It doesn't have to be anything more than that. So 3 stars. It's not the best of them. I still think Olympus Has Fallen is better. I think this is better than London Has Fallen from what I can remember. I hear that they want to make 3 more of these and a TV show. I don't know that this can sustain that, but I'm surprised it got 1 sequel, let alone 2. So who knows? They might have plans for this franchise that turn out to be not brilliant, but damn entertaining.
Sort of gave myself the challenge of, okay,